All right, guys. I do apologize. The previous episode had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Once again, the video cut out. But I'm here with a quick, I wouldn't say daytime, I'd say brink of daytime video. Because it's winter and we only have 30 minutes of daytime left. Fucking depressing. But I want to talk about workout splits really, really quick. Okay. Now, a lot of people get workout splits confused just because of the sheer amount of information out there. And that's understandable. But I've actually pasted it on my wall back there. And I will post a picture of it on my Instagram, but I want to quickly break down why this workout split works. Now, before we get into all the different kinds of workout splits, I just want to say, once again, I have no professional license to speak on any of this, but I'm speaking from pure experience. I've tried out a bunch of the different workout splits that are out there. The one most successful one, I would have to say, by far, and you can make this work with anyone. That's what I mean by the easiest one and the most simple one. You can do other splits and still get results, but it's important that we clearly delineate the different workout splits and which one is the best general split for most people. I would say it's the push-pull legs. Pretty obvious. Back buys, chest tries, and legs. Be it guy or girl, of course, the exercises vary from gender to gender, but the important part is back and by, chest try, legs. Another quick side note, instead of thinking of it as X days per week that you're working out, think of it as if you are in an endless loop. What I mean by that is, instead of thinking 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the days in between and the weekend is my rest day, just keep one set routine and keep repeating that loop. What I do is I work out roughly 6 days a week and I do push-pull legs, rest day, push-pull legs, rest day, push-pull legs, rest day, push-pull legs, rest day. So ideally in a week, I'm working out 5 to 6 days a week, just because certain weeks there's going to be 2 days where I don't work out. And it's much easier that way because it eliminates the chance of you being lazy towards yourself. When you set a day of the week to work out, let's say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the reason it allows you to be lazy is, let's say on Monday you were packed with work, you didn't eat well, and you excuse yourself from the gym that day. Tuesday is going to hit. And now if you start working out on Tuesday, kind of throws your whole cycle off loop. And then there's even more excuse to stop and, delay. And if you don't end up going on Tuesday either, then you've just given yourself an extra rest day, and that's just cheating. If you want results, you cannot cheat. At least what I mean by cheating is if you set a goal for yourself that I have to work out X days a week and you do not do that, you are cheating. You're cheating yourself, essentially. So now that that little side note is out of the way, you ideally want to be hitting each muscle group twice per week. That's pretty obvious. Most gym bros, gym rats know this. For those of you who don't, please remember that. It's the most ideal way to work out, right? Regardless of, even if you're training strength, ideally you would want to hit still 2 times per week. And even if you're training bodybuilder style, hypertrophy, maybe more, but at least 2 times per week, right? Now, coming to the exercises, I don't want to go too in depth on the exercises. I can just post my split, but that's what I do. What I want to actually talk about is hitting all the different heads of each muscle and ensuring that's hit and ordering it in such a way that it allows you to perform the full workout in the least amount of time with the most amount of effort. Basically efficiency. That's the key here, right? You don't want to just work out and spend 3 hours in the gym. You want to work out quick, get the actual work done in the gym so that you can rest, recover, and actually build muscle outside of the gym. Muscle isn't built in the gym. Muscle is broken in the gym. It's built outside of the gym. Let's start with back and buys, okay? What I like to start off with is weighted chin-ups. I love weighted chin-ups solely for one reason. It engages your core a lot and it uses a lot of your biceps as well. Gets you the width on your back. Then for the big muscle groups, like your back and your chest, I like to follow it up 2 heavy loads back to back. That's what she said. Fuck, why did I say that? I just trailed off. Okay, wait, listen. Coming back to the point. Yes. Why I do 2 back-to-back heavy sets is simply because it's a big muscle, and you want to immediately, the second you hit the gym, you want to immediately get the 2 hardest, heaviest sets, not sets, variations out of the way, right? That way, your back is already pretty sore by the end of those 2 variations, and your biceps are pretty fucked. So half your workout is actually essentially done within the first 2 variations. Now, I like to keep roughly about 10 to 12 variations per workout, and some of you might do a little lesser, some of you might do more, but it doesn't really matter as long as you're hitting what you need to hit. I like taking my time with 10 sets. It's just, I find it much easier to space it out and get the most amount of work done. And my workouts usually last between an hour to hour 15 minutes. Try to take only a minute to 2 minutes rest in between sets. Don't go too short between sets, just because you really need to give it your all each set. Now, I'm not saying you need to go to failure in each and every single damn set, but Gregor Gallagher, Kino Body, he likes to call it a quality set where you have exactly 1 rep left in the tank, 1 to 2 reps. That's pretty good if you can get there. If you're a demon, sure, go to failure. You will reap the rewards for the pain, obviously. And okay, yeah. So coming back to back. So the first 2 exercises I love to hit is, one is some kind of lat pull down or chin ups or pull ups, gets the width. Then some form of rowing movement, either seated rows, bent over rows, any form of rows. 2 sets quick out of the way, right? And then I move on to biceps, just because you got to give a little break to your back. And your biceps are pretty fucked already from the back exercises. So now you want to go hit one. With your biceps, it's really important, once again, to understand if you're hitting 3 variations. So what I do is I hit 3 variations of back, 3 variations of biceps, 2 variations of shoulders, and 1 variation of abs. 6, 6, 2. That's 9 sets. Let's just say, let's make it 9 sets for now. Now, the first 2 variations of back are done. For the bicep variations, really easy. Long head 1 exercise, short head 1 exercise, brachialis and the width of your bicep 1 exercise. Pretty straightforward. For the long head, what I like to do is seated incline dumbbell curls. And for the short head, pretty straightforward, preacher curls or something like that, with like a easy bar, the bent bar. Then for the last one, for the brachialis, I either like to do some form of rope hammer, crossbody curls, or I just like to do reverse grip curls. And that's pretty good. Now coming to shoulders. With back and biceps, the 2 main parts of your shoulders that are being exerted are, see, I consider traps a part of the shoulder just because it's all in the same line. And usually when you do lateral raises, your traps are pretty engaged and you feel the burn there. So I'm just considering traps as a part of as a part of shoulders for now instead of lats. And yeah, coming to that, rear delt flies or face pulls. The best possible exercise that I have ever done for my rear delts is face pulls. Absolutely obliterates it and grows the living shit out of it. Just keep going heavier, keep doing it with proper form, and you will have a maniacal delt. Okay. Now, coming back to 1 more bicep, right? We will go, I already mentioned, pick one of the 3. Now, coming to the last movement of back, what I like to do is the bar pullovers with the cable machine. And I find that I get a really good pump out of it, but truth be told, you can really pick any exercise you like. Now, what's left? Abs, sure. And 1 more bicep. Yeah. Traps, pretty much shrugs. That's the only thing. Barbell shrugs, dumbbell shrugs, switch it up, shock your muscles. Chest and tries, once again, pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna, now that you guys get the concept, I'm just gonna start just quickly naming off the exercises. I start with incline dumbbell press or the incline barbell press. Then I move on to dips or lower chest flies. Then I do simple rope pull downs for my triceps, and then move on to a lateral, no, not lateral raises just yet, a front delts. I love the military press. Beautiful exercise. Get your front delts flaming. Then the third chest exercise, flies. Then skull crushers for triceps again, lateral raises, and then one last exercise of triceps. You could do pretty much anything you want. End it with abs. Legs, pretty straightforward. Squats, Bulgarian split squats, hack squats. Those are the quads. Hamstrings, easy Romanian deadlifts, or just, hip thrusts. Abs, once again. Calves, pretty simple. Calf raises or calf extensions if you have the machine. If not, just stick to calf raises. Pretty straightforward. It's really not that, it's not that complicated. It's just that people chat too much and they focus on the nitty-gritties where they forget the basics. But yeah, that's the basics for the workout split. Now I'll post exactly what my split is. Oh yeah, one last thing I would like to add in. This is the split you can use and it will really help you out. But if you want true progress in the gym, the most important part about every single set in the split is for the first exercise, which is the heaviest exercise of every workout, you have to do, it's obviously 3 sets for each exercise, but there's some add-ons for certain exercises. For the first heaviest variation, you have to have 1 warm-up set, 3 working sets, and then 1 burnout set. And your burnout weight should at least be your warm-up weight or more. Now, what I mean by that is, what I like to do is, if I'm benching, I'll start off with 135. I'll warm up to 10 to 12 reps. Then I'll move on to 185. I'll do like 6 to 10 reps. I'll move on to 205 to do like 4 to 6 reps. And then I'll move on to 225 and go for like 1 to 2 reps. So that's the easiest and best way to go about it. And then I'll again end it with a burnout set where I just put on 135 and rep it out as much as I can. For the rest of the sets, for any smaller, usually for the bigger muscle groups, do a burnout at the end of it. And your warm-up is only needed for the first variation of every workout. That's the only time warm-up is needed. For every other exercise, you have to, for including a big muscle group, you have to do a burnout. Let's say you're doing dips. After you do your 3 working sets of dips, you have to do a burnout. After doing bent over rows, you have to do a burnout. Your 4th set should be a burnout. Lighter weight, just rep it out. Now, for the smaller muscle groups like your rear delts and stuff, always end every set as a drop set. That is the key. There is nothing else, truly. I love this concept, and I don't remember where I heard this, but it was in a YouTube video quite long ago. If you hit 10 reps in a exercise, the first 8 reps was just you warming up. And once your muscles are properly fatigued, the last 2 reps are where it actually counts. So it's very important to either have a burnout or a drop set at the end of each variation. Not at the end of each set, at the end of each variation. So you do your 3 sets, and then the 4th set, I don't count it as a set. I call it the burnout just because it's easier in your head to also compartmentalize it. Because burnout sounds way easier than a 4th set. A lot of this is semantics. A lot of this is wordplay. You convince yourself, you talk yourself into it. That's the whole reason I spoke about the little days in the week thing. It's easy to cheat yourself. So there you go, guys. I don't think we'll have any more technical difficulties regarding the video. I was just making a really dumb mistake. But yeah, there we go for the workout splits. I'll post a picture on my Instagram along with, I don't know, trailed off again. Brain rot. That's the name of the show. Bye-bye.